Hey everybody, this review is on Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. So the plot of this movie is Amanda Waller is diagnosed with a terminal illness and she doesn't really feel great about dying because she's worried she might go to hell because of all the really bad stuff she's done. She's aware of how really sick in the head she is, the fact that she has no remorse for criminals, has and keeps assembling a team of Task Force X to as an excuse to kill off criminals. So she finds out that there's this card called a get out of hell free card. Like it's literally a get out of hell free card, which is a mystical artifact. And so she assembles Task Force X as she always does. And the team includes Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Killer Frost, Bronze Tiger, and Copperhead. And they go on a really big mission to try and get this card, and while they also come across Vandal Savage's daughter Scandal and also Knockout as they steal the card, and it's all a big chase to try and get this card while they test the obedience of the squad to see if Amanda Waller can trust all of them to get the card for her. This was way better than Assault on Arkham. Remember in my last video when I said Batman Assault on Arkham was okay enough, I guess is the right term, because yeah, Batman Assault on Arkham, like despite it being Batman build, it's mostly about the Suicide Squad. So it's really just a Suicide Squad movie. And it was really basic. Like it came out around the time where lots of DC characters weren't really exposed in a lot of films and media, except for me the comic books, the actual comic books. So yeah, it was mostly just, and it had the most basic lineup of Suicide Squad characters. This movie is way better. This tries to be a Suicide Squad movie instead of being just billed as a Batman movie. I mean, Assault on Arkham, it's okay for what it is, but it's really just surface level Suicide Squad stuff. This has a lot of stuff in it that really gets the Suicide Squad right. I mean, yeah, granted, the original aspect of the Suicide Squad in the comics was a bunch of disposable C-list villains. While this, yeah, there is a lot of A-listers like Deadshot, Killer Frost, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, etc. But I do really think there's a lot of stuff in this movie that works. I really like how it's not just, the most basic lineup of characters. It's, yeah, there's Deadshot and Harley Quinn, of course, but also like Bronze Tiger, you don't really see him in much Suicide Squad media, even though he's always been one of the big members in the earlier run. And Killer Frost, she doesn't really appear in that much movies. I mean, she is in the Flash TV show, but in terms of the animated films, not that I've seen a lot of them, but I feel Killer Frost is kind of underused in a lot of stuff. And even lots of the villains, like you see this one moment at a nightclub where they go to this nightclub and they get into a fight with a bunch of villains, which are Reverse Flash. Well, he was on the Suicide Squad and the team, the new Suicide Squad, but here he's portrayed as an enemy. And you see Silver Banshee and Blockbuster. I'm like, yes, yes, this is what Suicide Squad should be. It's about more niche characters while still trying to be a big name and a selling point, and it explores more of the world and isn't just set in Gotham City and Arkham Asylum. They actually go around and try and get this card, and Tobias Whale even appears in the beginning. And if you don't know, Tobias Whale is the leader of a criminal organization called the 100, which is an enemy team of Black Lightning. And the movie starts off with that. They don't really do it the whole. They don't really show it the whole time, but Tobias Whale, like it was cool seeing a Black Lightning related um, character in a DC project move animated film that instead of just purely just Gotham City and Batman characters, because the movie's beginning is really good. It starts off with Punch and Julie, who are more comic relief characters that were actually in John Ostrander's Suicide Squad run, trying to retrieve a drive from him. And I'm like, wow, if they could get Punch and Julie in this movie, who knows what kind of interesting, unique characters they can bring in this. And it really, really gives a good representation of the modern day Suicide Squad comics. Like, yeah, there is some A-listers, but they do really to the really crazy, insane, and kind of semi-goofy vibe that the current Suicide Squad comics had. Because DC Rebirth and New 52 was like, instead of down-to-earth war missions, they were just flat-out insane missions. And this one is no different because the fact they go after a mystical artifact, which is a get out of hell free card, like that's something like the original Suicide Squad comics wouldn't really do. But here it's like outright insane, and you see all these weird and strange supervillains. So it's good that they didn't just stick with A-listers and they didn't just try to hammer in Batman themed stuff. So yeah, it's a really good film, and it's this one is way edgier because it has a different rating than Assault on Arkham. Like it's actually bloody, so you get a lot of over the top carnage. It really feels like a New 52 Suicide Squad comic brought to life, and yeah, of course there is a lot of influence from the Secret Six comic because the secret Gail Simone's Secret Six run, it did the whole get out of hell free card story, and yeah, a part of me kind of wonders why they didn't just make this a Secret Six movie, but I understand why. Because one, the Gail Simone Secret Six run was like 26 issues. You can't. I don't know if you could really fit that into one giant movie. Or no, it was 31 issues, I think. So you can't do that in one 70-minute animated movie. And also, the Secret Six it wasn't like a huge title at the time because this came out shortly after the like I said, it came out shortly after the first live action Suicide Squad movie, so the property was becoming much larger. So I get why they didn't just outright do a Secret Six movie because it probably wouldn't have sold well. But it's quite a good film. It's pretty humorous at times, like I said, but it goes along with the over the top zaniness that the modern day comics have, and lots of the characters have very good banter. I especially really like Captain Boomerang in this and Harley Quinn. They were both done real good, just like the live action films. And Christian Slater plays Deadshot, and he's not a bad Deadshot. I thought he was okay. Nothing too memorable, but I thought he was good. Tara Strong is always fantastic as Harley Quinn, and the voice acting, like, yeah, it's mostly just voice actors, not really well known ones. But I get it. It's a direct to DVD animated movie. You couldn't really get a whole bunch of big names, but the voice acting is really great. The animation is really good. It really captures that zany, over the top vibe. It's not like super colorful. It's kind of like has that gritty, dirty vibe, but it also kind of has a lot of weird looking characters. So I don't know what else to say, but it's a really good Suicide Squad movie. It's better than the Suicide Squad, the James Gunn one, which I still like that movie, but like I said, this one is at least tries to have more stuff like the comics, and it has less cringy jokes, so it's definitely better than the Suicide Squad. But it's a really good film, and it's definitely way better than Assault on Arkham. So if Assault on Arkham disappointed you, I think you'll like this one a lot better. You don't even need to watch it; it's totally its own thing. So. And if you like DC villains, or you just like Suicide Squad in general, or heck, if you like certain aspects of Gail Simone's Secret Six run, I think you'll really enjoy this film. It's a lot of fun. It's obvious. It's pretty short, like a lot of the DC animated films. It's like 70 something minutes, but it's still a really good film, and it improves on Assault on Arkham in every way. So yeah, what can I say? If you love Suicide Squad, you'll absolutely love this movie. And while it's not one of the best superhero movies ever made, I still really liked it. So that's my review for Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. So catch you later.